and less processed than imported alternatives. Sadly, in many places, the knowledge of how to grow and prepare this traditional food is fading. Globalization and modern diet has pushed some indigenous foods aside, replacing them with packaged and processed goods that may harm our health and weaken our connection to the land. But if we revive and promote indigenous food, we can restore that balance, creating jobs, improving health, and keeping our cultural identity alive. So let us see food not just as a meal, but as a bridge between the past and the future. Let us teach our children the value of local crops, the stories behind them, the skills to prepare them. By doing so, we ensure that food heritage continues to sustain us, not just today, but for generations to come. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Let's hear it for Doc again, once again, please. Let's just hear it. I know we have too much of a big audience. And of course, that's the inaugural, that's the beginning. And hopefully, next year and the years to come, we'll be having a number of people participate. Okay, so we go on to the next. This is written so small, you know, so I left my glasses at home. Anybody have glasses to lend me? Okay, so we have speeches and we have the ex-chief, Province August, ex-chief Obudu. Why are you taking out? What are you drinking there? Water? I hope it's water. Water is life. So we just wait for him as he comes. Of course, he had been an Obutu. And it's his turn now to tell us about the Manioc and about the Kalinago territory and about some history and stuff. I don't know if you're going to tell us all that, but it doesn't matter. You'll tell us what you can. Welcome to the podium.
Mabrika, Your Excellency, President, the very special President to this community, husband, First Gentleman, Honorable Jose Frederick and his wife. I don't want to forget my wife and family is here too. Cultural Officer, Prosper Paris, other past councillors, Doctor, very nice to have you. Other dignitaries who are here. I want to extend a very special welcome to Caribbean representatives who we have not met you in person, but it's nice to have you. The last time we had something like this, it was in the 90s. We had Belize, Trinidad, and St. Vincent with us. So we are happy again that you can come as relatives, because this is helping to build the indigenous unity and something I like to refer to as indigenous politics. Let me get my notes, and do I have my glasses, Andy? Okay. Okay, so in World Indigenous Peoples Day, I'm happy, and I want to really congratulate Chief and Council for doing this. The crowd is small, but the media is powerful. So we're going to use that for now. I want to congratulate you because I think it's probably the first time too that the council is observing World Indigenous Peoples Day in that form. And if I'm wrong, I stand for correction. But with a Manioc festival, it is really wonderful that we can observe it that way. The World Indigenous Peoples Day was established in 1982. That was quite a few years back. Indigenous peoples have had a lot of struggle in getting onto the platforms. It took us some 33 years before the Indian Council could finally get some recognition at the United Nations, but we got that. It was a few years ago too that we had the United Nations Declaration on Indigenous People, some 5 years or some 7 years ago. So it has been an uphill battle for recognition of indigenous peoples on an international level. Having said that though, I know of a lot of movements and organizations and work that have been done with indigenous people at a very high level, sort of not including the Caribbean as much. And the reason why we as indigenous peoples in the Caribbean have not been in the front line until now, it is because the colonists who wrote history said that the indigenous peoples of the Caribbean was totally wiped off. So we were wiped off by genocide and by different disease and so on that had attacked us. I remember when I visited Smithsonian University museum some years ago, that and that was before we had done the wonderful work of the exhibition we put up there, that I was walking and listening to that narrative which said that the indigenous peoples of the Caribbean was totally wiped off. And the persons who I was with looked at me and asked me whether I was a ghost, because there I was in life, you know, being part of this thing. But we have done a lot of work. Brother Cozier, our power rep, our president, they have done a lot of work before, and they continue to do work. I was very, very touched and feeling good when the Grand Esprit Papa Nou was being sung and the president of Dominica was following and singing too. And that's very great, because it demonstrates that she did not only come from here and a president, but Mrs. Great Britain has been a very active person in culture, and you should see how she danced the Kalinago. Self-determination is not only something that we speak of, or we don't speak of it as being independent, but self-determination begins with each and every individual. And it's important that we look at it that way. Too often we expect our parliamentary representative, chief and council to do everything. Oh, they should do this or they should do that. No, this self-determination, it lies on the shoulders of all of us. If and when we frontline leaders try to do things that is good, that is looked at by other persons and say, oh, Kalinago is doing well. And a Kalinago, as an individual, we are in a community, we're drunk, and we're saying all kind of bad things of our leaders, and we ourselves behaving bad. That is a negative to self-determination. So as individuals, we have to try our best to run a nice little restaurant. We know we cannot get all the assistance from the pal rep or from the chief, but we have to try to do, and when we do, we have to give good service. Because to every good service you do, it is a good word for all of us. You know, so self-determination lies on the shoulder of every individual, every Kalinago individual. I'm very impressed I'm happy that the renaming process has continued. I have 3 boys that are registered. That's the name. That's how it is in the books of Dominica, the registration. And I'm happy that you know we're continuing this. And at that level, that we're now doing it at ceremonies. Either Mano is giving you a duck in the pool, or he's putting some good gum that takes away the old spirit from you. This is really good, the ceremony. But I want to put something else up front as we are on that. And I am again suggesting, and I've suggested it before, and I'm suggesting it again. Madam Chief is around, right? Chief, I am saying that probably you need to take and counsel, and I'm happy to be part of that process, to bring forward to the powers that be in the country an amnesty for us to include the indigenous names on our birth certificates. You know, it would be great to have our birth certificates showing our indigenous names. Once there's an amnesty, because to put a name now, I think it's $1,800. Once that is done, 1 year is open for. Afterwards, once you get your name, once you Once you are born, you have your name, and registration now is like a natural process. Great. We're looking at things like, we're talking about, well, self-determination, we're talking about food security. And food security, like we have discussed a few times with other persons in the community, it is about us first. It has to be us first. You know, when you're talking about food security, you should only be focusing on planting food to sell. Because in the days when bandanas came, back in the 1920s or thereabout, a lot of pepper was cut down. A lot of grapefruit, citrus was cut down, and we planted bananas because we wanted to make money. And our farmers were making money, and very few of them had dashing because we were buying dashing in bells. The few of them had oranges, we were buying oranges in bells from Mr. Humphreys. And the soil got contaminated with the level of chemicals that was used in it. I had some people by my home visiting me just a couple of days ago, and they just enjoyed the pepper roti. Yeah, the roasted breadfruit I gave them. And they enjoyed the dashing. And they said, it's not that we don't have it in Guadeloupe. It's just that our soil in Guadeloupe is so contaminated with chemicals that we cannot enjoy it like we can in Dominica. That's good for me as a marketing person now, because I can now say, come to Dominica and enjoy chemical-free, dashing, pepper, pure, whatever. So I'm saying us, because we need to appreciate, and I always say too, education is important. That when our students go to secondary school, they probably learn about cranberry juice and making different things, whereas the carambola wasting. All the carambola is wasting. The children don't know to just take 6 carambola, crush it up in your hand. Don't worry about a blender because Dominic will charge you for lights. Crush the thing up in your hands. Wash your hands nice, of course, clean. Crush it up. Squeeze a lime in it. What's the best juice now? Carambola and lime. And then you're liming all the time. You know, there are other things. I mean, a pepper roti with 2 little slices of avocado pear on it. A little lamb with roti and oil and some cucumber salad. That's what people come here for. We try to compete when we talk of food. We try to compete with the visitors coming here. We want to make fries, barbecue, chicken. But they had that in St. Lucia already. They come here looking for a different experience. And as indigenous people, we have an opportunity when it comes to economic development and food to put that forward. When the French tourist comes up here, when the big groups come up here, they're supposed to be able to enjoy Kalinago food. Cut the carambola them, don't let them waste, slice them up. Tell them you're eating fruit des étoiles because they look like as étoiles, you know. And let us do that. So there are things that we can do for ourselves. We must buy all the afuari bread every morning for us to have breakfast. But cassava bread is there. And we come out here today, and I'm hoping that we're going to spend a lot of money on the cassava products that are here. You know, and you eat cassava bread. We need to eat more of our own food. If you ask a child today if you tell a child today, go and get boitin, they don't know what is boitin, but they know what is Bigfoot, and they know what is cheese ball. You know, so when we're talking about food security, these are the things I think we're looking for as indigenous people. They don't know what is kakane. You know, they can't chew kakane again. So those can go on, and things like, you see them buying all these sweet things because the dentist must make more money on us now because they don't know bui. You take bui and you're chewing bui, making bubble gum with your bui. These are things that we grow. So when we're talking traditional food, when we're talking about self-sustainability and those kind of things, this is what we want to look at. We want to look at growing food the traditional way, 3 days before full moon, 3 days after full moon. But some of our experts now in agriculture, they're like, well, moon traditional fingers. It's money you're looking forward to make. Now we have to make money, yes, but then, because you have to pay the internet. And so you need to be able to focus more on our food by growing our own food. Okay, a number of organizations today in the world are having conferences inviting us indigenous peoples to come and talk about our food resiliency. And they're talking about, now they're talking about permaculture. And we ourselves saying permaculture too. But our forefathers were doing permaculture all the time. They were planting a coffee tree there, a cane over there, so another. And it was mixed cropping, but the crops would have take care of themselves, not necessarily needing chemical to spray to control the pests, because the plants would have been able to control pests among themselves because they were just planted. So all that goes back into how we can take care of our traditional thing. And our professionals. Our professionals must make time to come and talk to the leaders, and our leaders must make time to listen to those professionals too. Okay? We have to create the atmosphere in self-determination that these professionals who we did not have 30 years ago are here now. The doctors, the nutritionists, the firemen, all these people, we need to be able to harness them, bring them around the table, and we must be willing to listen to them. When we have to send out people to represent us, we need to send them who have the background and not to ourselves taking a ride because, we want to eat on the jet. So those kind of things, is what I would want to just share with you. And in ending, I would like to say that we need to focus. And I'm going to be saying that a few more times until probably I die. We need to focus on indigenous politics. Hosea is a Laborite, Annette is I don't know, excuse me, maybe it was a UWPI. But in our community, we are too divided among party politics. Party politics will be here all the time. And we will have choices and options as individuals to vote for the political party of our choice. But in the process, we need to be indigenous. You have to maintain our indigenousness. We should be one community that after every election is over, we should just be able to celebrate with whoever the party won. And let us push our indigenous politics. Because through indigenous politics, that's the way that we're going to get better assistance from the desk of the indigenous peoples at the OAS. That is the way we're going to be able to send good proposals to the IFAD indigenous desk. That's the way that the United Nations, through other groupings that we are doing in the Caribbean, is going to recognize us as indigenous peoples and help us in the progress that we want to make. So, party politics is okay, but let us do our indigenous politics. And the Honorable Kozia is with me on that. When he nods that way, it makes me feel good. The rest of my Saturday is done. Thank you very much.
Yes, so let's hear it for Mr. Ugis, past chief. And talking about Honorable, it's your turn. It's your turn. So he just mentioned you, so I didn't have to introduce him again. Put your hands together for the Honorable Minister Kozia Frederick, as he comes to tell us. Of course, he's a historian, so you know much about the Manioc.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Zandai. I would like to first acknowledge the presence of the President, Honorable Mrs. Burton Green, and her husband, Mr. B, my wife, Gwyneth Frederick, the Chief and the councillors, the past Chief and also past councillors, the visitors from St. Vincent, St. Lucia as well. All the wonderful people who listen via the social media. And so I'm very happy to be here this morning, and also to be here not just as a PAL rep or minister, but as first a Kalinago person. I'm happy to be in the presence also of Mrs. Burton, who knows of these happenings and who have been part of the movement for such a long time. And so me as a Kalinago warrior, I stand on the shoulders of many people who came before me, who appreciated our importance as part of the Dominican society, or I'd rather say the white Cuban society. And we know our place, and we know the history, we know where we came from. And it has been a long struggle. The chief spoke about it briefly. It's been a struggle to maintain our identity, to stay in a space that confines us, to be able to assert ourselves as people who are there to live many more moons, and to struggle to survive. But what I realized as a people, and there was a wonderful example right after Hurricane Maria, that we as a people have what it takes to build our community. We banded together and we build back homes. We were able to commute to the rivers and have the community spirit enacted again. The whole concept of Kudme that we do on the island, that was hijacked by the Creole culture, is part of our culture, is what we did as a people, normal. It was a normal happening. And when we speak to the impacts of food and food security, We know for many, many years, many, many moons, our space has been a sacred space, and our lands have been used in many ways. And we speak to the agriculture in terms of development of the science of agriculture, but we also have to be very mindful that our people, our ancestors, we have a unique way of producing food. And this is an important piece. And so while the United Nations is highlighting this has been nothing new to us. That's been part of our culture for many, many years. If you read the narrative of the French chronicles, the French historians, you will hear a term in the narrative called the Jardin Kwaib, the Kalinago garden. It simply means that we planted everything in the space. And to say interestingly, what happened for us in the region, we have been able to adopt a lot of food coming into our space. But before the European civilization came into our space, we had our own foods. We had our yams, our dashins, our various types of yams, the wawa, all of those various food that we had in our space. So it's a time in this festival to re-energize ourselves, to research. And this is one of the things that saddens me sometimes as a Kalinago person, that we complain about what is written about us, but we're not taking the time to write for ourselves and tell our own story. So today we're telling our own story. Today we tell our story to the world that the Manioc, the cassava, the yucca, in various names you call it across our region, is endemic or unique to our space. And we have to push more to ensure that we do this. As a member of parliament, as a member of government, recently we had a budget discussion. And in the budget, we highlighted at least 4 areas that we can benefit from. And so yes, we want to be independent. Yes, we want to have self-determination, but we also have to be aware that we are part of a system. And if that system offers us various ways to make our lives better, we should grab onto it. So for example, $1 a year for an acre of land. That's a good deal that any one of us here can go out there and get land and have a cassava farm somewhere in Blenheim or Wesley. We spoke about in the budget about agro-processing, and the Manioc and the farming is clearly agro-processing, so we can get the monies out of the system to do that for ourselves. We speak about crop insurance also in the budget debates, and that's important because we're on the East Coast, and we realize that every time there's a massive weather system, we're the first to be affected. So we can get that done as well. And so there are those initiatives that we as a people have to look to. We have to strengthen our local government system, we have to empower ourselves, but we have to use the tools that are available to us through the government system to continue to do work that we do. So I'm happy that we're doing this today. It's an idea I know Pross and I spoke about for a long time. How do we make a big event that will celebrate the Manioc, the cassava? I'm happy that the present chief and council is taking it on, and I'm hoping that we'll expand this for next year and becomes a part of the national calendar. And I just say, as we hear today, it is maybe a good time, folks, to think about maybe having a day like this on the national calendar as a day that is celebrated as a national holiday. We may want to consider this. Because one thing is clear, the United Nations says that on the 9th of August is that day. And I think it's already entrenched in international law. So if we can bring it home, and because we have had discussions about this day for a long time, do we do September 19th? Do we do July 4th? And maybe we should start the conversation today about possibly August 9th. But I think it's so important that we have this celebration of our livelihoods, or the foods. I'm so happy we could do this. We are small in numbers, but I know that we have this whole movement starts. When the Carifuna group started many years ago, a few people. When the Renaissance of Kalinago Heritage started in the 1970s, there was a few people doing the bit because there was a parallel movement with people of African descent. And so there was a consciousness. And I think we have to keep on growing that consciousness as Kalinago people. And also Kalinago people, this is a further message as a student of history. We have many, many brothers and sisters across the region. Some may not look exactly like us, but I feel very safe when I meet people who understand the Kalinago culture and appreciate it in their heart, rather than how they look. Because sometimes the people who look may not always have the genuine cause. So let us open our arms. Let's embrace people who are here. Even when I look in the audience, there are people who don't look like Kalinago. But I suspect if they go deeper into the family tree, they realize that maybe down the road their grandmother, grandfather may have a linkage, Kalinago heritage. So in our space, we have to be all embracing to ensure that while we fight the struggle for ourselves, we need to build positive partners along the way. And in my short journey as a minister now, I have found this across the world. I know that I live in a community with about 3,500 of us. But when I travel the world, I meet brothers and sisters from Inuit country, from North America. I meet brothers from Gabon in Africa, and they're all indigenous. So when we look at the brotherhood of indigenous peoples across our region, across the world, we are in the millions. And just to say one last thing before I close, some of the brothers and sisters across the world have it very tough. They are still killing the forest in Brazil. Their land is still taken in Africa. They are still exploited in Asia. And we happen to be in a better place. You know why we're in a better place? Because we have been able to demonstrate time and again that we have the power to do that change. We're in such a better place that even today, I can stand here as a minister, a member of parliament, and my sister could stand here or sit here as Her Excellency. There's no way in the world this has happened. So while we're still struggling in our legal 4%, we cannot take it for granted that we have come a very, very long way. When you look at the landscape of Dominica, and we look at the professionals like Dr. Frederick was here a while ago, we are a community who have the highest number of professionals per capita. So we have to celebrate that. While I know we have to look at the struggles we're going through, but we have to celebrate what we have. We have doctors, engineers, lawyers, policemen. Across the government service right now, we have over 150 of us who represent at that high level. And so, all is not lost. I need us to continue to push forward. There's much more we can do. The community I inherited from my father, I'm hoping I can make it better, so my son also can inherit it and work on it. So let's do this together, brothers and sisters. Let us push hard. I want to hail Bruce here. Bruce is always a good warrior as well with music and song. And we have our part to play. We have good people who have led before us. We have to do ours in our time. And we're hoping that those who come after us will do the work. And so, happy Indigenous Peoples Day to all of us here. Mrs. Burton, I'm so happy you're here. I mean, to come leave Roseau on a Saturday morning. Mr. V, leave your warm bed and make it to the Kalinago space. I mean, it's a hell of a thing. And I'm so really happy that you could celebrate. And also the chief who's here, the energy from the council, the good vibe that I feel. I suspect Chief Evans that the indigenous politics will continue to grow. And I support that move because I think it's so important. Because for many, many years, things like politics, things like religion, things like the different color of our skin have kept us apart. And we need to find ways to make it better for all of us so that we can have a much safer place for our children. So once again, thanks for Chief and Council for having me here. And thank you, Madam President, for gracing us with your presence. Thanks for our visitors who have traveled across the ocean. I'm hoping next time you're doing a canoe, not a ferry or a plane. You'll do it the proper way. And we could do this because we need to celebrate our heritage. It's a serious thing we're doing here today. And I think we sometimes undermine and underscore what we do. And the hard work of Prosper, who's here, carrying the tradition, I think it is, we are so grateful to be in a good time in our history because people are listening, people are looking at us, and while we want rights to do certain things, we have to take on the serious responsibility of taking actions into our own hands. So once again, thank you and good morning.
Thank you. All right, so well done. Okay, thank you very much, Honorable Frederick. And now we're going to get the guests, and we have, let me make sure I have it correct, Queen Mother Chief Freda Siderov, and she's coming all the way from Belize to be with us. So, here she comes. We have, of course, Councillor Rossi Viva. Good day, welcome to the podium. What is it?
I'm grateful that protocol has been established. Mabrega. As I stand here in your presence this morning, I am filled with gratitude. I bring blessings from Honduras, Guatemala, Belize, and Africa. We are the hope, the vision, the dream. I am Garifuna. I am Kalinago. Born from a marriage, woven by truths. We cannot deny DNA that binds us of our royal bloodlines. We are of the Kalinago, of the royal Tikars, of the royal Akan, the Yoruba, the Igbo. The spirituality of our ancestors. Not to be denied. Africa continues to be awake in us, within us, and has never fallen asleep. Today, as I stand here among you, with gratitude that we have been once again reunited, upon the shoulders of warriors and kings, upon the shoulders of giants, mothers, grandmothers, great-grandmothers. We are resilient survivors. When we speak of World Indigenous Day, when we speak of our human rights, why should we continue to beg for what's our sovereign right? To support the preservation of our cultures, our languages, our way of life is to continue to be resilient. Thank you to Chief Annette Sanford for making it possible for us to be present. We thank the Honorable Ralph Gonzalez Lonagole Chatoye for making it possible for our Vincentian brothers and sisters of the Garifuna community of Sandy Bay to be present. I send best wishes to those who are excited to come from the country of Belize. And I imagine that when they hear this message of acknowledgement that they didn't make it possible for some of our Garifuna to make it here today, we know that the time is still yet coming. With love and many blessings, I lift you and I bless you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Let's hear it once again for her, please. Okay, thank you. And Father Coffee, is Father Coffee around? Can you hear me, Father Coffee? Okay, Father Coffee wants to share something with us too because he's the president of the World Rivers Day stuff. Where's Father Coffee? I haven't got the whole preamble about him. You're not catching me there this morning, my brother. So Father Coffee, welcome to the podium. Please come one time. And of course, we'll pass on to tell us a little about the Manioc. But of course, water has to go with the Manioc too. World Rivers Day. And of course, we remember we have different kind of Manioc. So you have to be careful when you're taking care of the Manioc, because we have the bitter one, it can kill. But the Wiku good too, giving you a kick when you drink it. I hope you have many Wiku today. Thank you.
Morning, say thank you. You caught me this morning. I just want to say that I'm really, really happy that this is happening here today. I stand here with mixed feelings. I was hoping I would have spoken to the Parrot here before I made that statement. But I'm a little disturbed that our Arawak House of Culture is being considered, or people are talking about changing that name. Honorable Kozak, I was hoping to discuss that with you. I hope as long as I live that this doesn't happen. But anyway, that's another story by itself. I am here because in 50 days' time, we will be celebrating World Rivers Day, and our focus will be on the Indian River. I've started discussing it with the chief, and I hope that you will be well present at that celebration. Our theme for that is rediscovering and walking in the footsteps of our First Nation people. Rediscovering and walking in the name of our First Nation people. Dr. Honeychurch, in my discussion, he always said we have to write our history. And he said maybe someday somebody might tell us that the Indian River was named after the West Indian cricket team. You have to make sure this doesn't happen. So it is good to be here with you. I just want to congratulate you, and I'm looking forward to drinking the Manioc juice. Thank you and congratulations. Looking forward to working with you.
Please give Father Coffee a Wiku. Let him get a kick. So then he can talk more about his rivers. Okay, so we are moving on to our next item. We have award giving ceremony. So some people are going to get awards. I look at the thing, I watch it up and down, I don't see my name. Where? That's bad. Huh? Manioc growing on me? Boy, be careful. All right, so people, we are going to have what we call the award ceremony, and it is fitting that the first award goes to the Cassava Girls. So the Cassava Girls, we have two of them, Annick Valmont and Valerie Antoine. So I think I will be reading the citation, what it is. So Annick, in the meantime, you come on board, you come on top. So Annick will be there. And the following award is given to Annick Valmont, Certificate of Appreciation. This certificate is given to Annick Valmont, awarded to Cassava Girls of the Easy Side Cassava Delicacies, in honor of their unwavering dedication, innovation, and service to the economic empowerment of the Kalinago territory. And we have signed Annette Sanford, Mrs. Kalinago Chief, and Kalinago Council. Anybody saw Annick? And then also Miranda Langley, Mrs. Councilor for Culture and Tourism. Okay, so we have the Cassava Girl. And also Valerie Antoine. I don't think Valerie Antoine is with us. So we have the clerk of the council. She will be handing over to Annie. And Annie could also collect for her sister who is not able to make it today with us. Thank you very much. Okay. All right, so the others, I don't know what is wrong, but we have a certificate for Marcus Philip. Those of us who know Marcus Philip. And okay, so it's given to Marcus Philip, presented in recognition of outstanding dedication and commitment to agriculture and volunteerism service within the Kalinago territory, exemplifying excellence as a devoted and hardworking agronomist and extension officer. But Marcus is not with us today. He was not feeling like so well. He should come here also. Share the week. Can't understand that. All right, we have Matthew Ogis also. And the certificate is given to Matthew Ogis, presented in recognition of outstanding dedication and commitment to agriculture, exemplifying excellence as a devoted and hardworking farmer. But Matthew is still not with us. They will collect that from some other time. I'm not too sure. And then we have Herod Ellie. Those of us who know Herod would be Nowils. And Daniel Frederick, of course, is not with us. I think he had some little issues with his eye. I don't know if he's seeing better now. I hope he's well. Lysander Lucien, perhaps Lysander still saying some prayers. Usually she does make the prayers before the... Okay, and then last but not least, okay, we have Mamkui, Regina Joseph. That's it. And then we have Andrew Istash. Okay, so Nicole will collect for her dad. Thank you very much, Nicole. And okay, welcome, Nicole. All right, so that was the little awards. Then the others can collect their awards at the office. Okay, so Ms. Laron will put them there for them and stuff. So we're going to ask Mr. DJ, because we have been talking and talking and talking. And we want to go and share some wiku. So we're going to ask Mr. DJ to play some music while we check out the wiku and the cassava. Right? Thank you.
Okay, I'm going to go around now and look at the different stalls. News is visiting your kitchen. Can you tell, this is a counselor here, can you tell us what you have, what you're preparing?
We're preparing some water to give to our guests at the time.
And then inside there?
We have different, we have cassava, Manioc egg balls, we have cassava fries.
My dear people, you have been hearing this, cassava egg balls.
We have cassava sausage rolls as well. We have a cassava milkshake and we have a cassava punch.
Cassava punch. So thanks again. They are preparing these things right there, and I'm just going around showing you exactly what has been prepared in the different stalls. Chief, can you share a little word to our audience, and how do you feel about today?
Well, good morning to you Dominicans and to everyone who's looking online. Happy Indigenous Day to everyone. Every Indigenous person out there is celebrating with us. And those of you perhaps within the territory who couldn't make it, I also wish you a wonderful day at home. Today it's a very
That's great. So thanks very much, Chief. For those of you who have not really met the Chief, here you have her, and she has outlined certain things. As I go around from one booth to the other, showing the different cuisine, different delicacies that we have, I know that you will patronize the products from the Kalinago territory. Thank you, Chief, and wish you success again in today's activity. So there again, we are in a this is DNO going around and showing the people what we have. Can you tell us what we have here today?
Well, here we have of the boat, the carry boats. There's a little pictures of it, how we make our boats in Gambia. As far as you can see, that's what we used to travel with before, my ancestors.
Right.
This is our carby. We usually make, we could live. And also we use this to our bag, what we used to travel with.
It's almost like the backpack now today.
Yeah, they call it a counter, of not some people call it jola.
Right.
Yeah, that's what. And this is also what we made to strain our cassava, so we could strain it to take out the water from the cassava, so we could get the process to do what we have to do with it. Yep. They call it a cassava making stuff. And this they call a bashwa. What we use to hold crayfish in the river, so we could eat and could bring food for our family, put food on our family table. Yeah, that's what we really have here promoting. This also is our hammock. What we use, we could sometimes we sleep, we could go in it,
wow.
We relax. Understand? Yep. What we use for our bed. Now we have mattress, but this is what we used to use.
So tell us, what is this?
Well, this I think this is called the big waving, because we put the cassava stuff in it. Well, after we grate the cassava, we put it in to squeeze, so we could dry the cassava, so we could get the cassava, the thing, so we could make the cassava itself, or what we have to do with it. The water, the cassava water, we use it to do the wine. Like we usually natural wine, what we use, then is what we use that. This basket is the next basket where we bring gift for our brothers and sisters. We present a gift to them. We make a basket, we put fruits in it and present it to them as a gift.
A fruit basket, yes.
Right, that's it.
Yes. Yeah. Okay, well, thanks very much. On behalf of the audience, so you get a taste, a view of the past. So you saw the different things, my dear people. So thanks again. We're going to move on to another place. I'm live. Hi, hello. This is DNO, Dominican News Online, visiting your stall. Can you tell the audience what do you have here? Can you come and give them an idea of what you're selling? Or...
Yeah, well, we have locally made pans. We have butters. We have bottles. You can put either water, whatever you choose to put in it. We have coconut oil. We have snake oil. We have the Dominican shirts. We have spice. We have string basket, also locally made.
Okay. So all these are baskets that he can use. What would you use that basket for example?
You can, let's just say you go in the supermarket or you go in town, you can put your fruit, so you can put some stuff in and hang it on your side.
Okay. So have the paper bags or the plastic bags. Okay. So that's great. So there you have, you can see the different crafts. These little baskets, jewel for jewel. What do you use them for jewelry?
Yeah, for jewelry.
Alright. my dear people, whenever you see these things, maybe you can patronize. Well, thank you very much. I sure we want to say thank you on behalf of DNO. Yes. Hello. This is Dominican News Online visiting your stall. Can you tell the audience online what do you have, what are you selling, what are you promoting today on this special day?
Wait. Sorry, my child. Okay.
So I still have these baskets there and
Yeah. Basket.
okay.
We have some material, we have some local necklaces, local earrings.
Okay.
For the hair, for the hair, coconut.
What is that made of? That for the hair?
Made from the coconut.
From the coconut.
Yeah, and this one from the llama.
Oh, okay.
The llama.
Okay.
All this for the hair,
All
the
this local
bracelet.
made.
Yes, from the llama also, from the straw. Beads. Yeah. Bracelets from the seeds, all different types of seeds.
Okay. I see a big basket over there. This is a laundry basket?
Yes, a laundry basket. This is from the bamboo, made from the bamboo. This one from the llama. Big basket. Here's the bottle. Here's the bottle.
So my dear people, instead of buying the ready-made laundry basket in town, you can buy this one from the made of bamboo.
Yes.
That's very nice.
Yes.
Okay, so okay.
Yes, for the hot pot.
Alright.
From the straw, the calabash, baskets, straw hats. We have coconut oil over here and castor oil.
Alright.
Yeah, all these from the straw. As a finger trap, the wife leader. It works like these.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. That's nice. That's nice.
Yes. And the cocoa broom.
Okay. So there you have it, my dear people. Different variety of stuff. You have like this. It's nice for the birds, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
We have the large mats over here for the floor.
Okay.
This for the seasoning bowl. You put in the seasoning.
Okay. Okay. So very good. So my dear people, you have seen a variety of stuff here, locally made.
The side bags over there.
Okay, these are different models, right? Different types. It's one type, it's another type there.
Yeah, the two types.
Alright, so. Okay. Well, thanks very much. So, my dear friends, we're moving on to another stall and see what they have. I'm taking you all to the food stall. Good afternoon, hello. This is DNO, Dominican News Online, visiting your stall. Could maybe one of you just explain what you're doing this morning? But that's the way. Let me get over there to show you all how the cassava bread is being made. Can you explain to the audience how do you...
Right now we have in cassava, guava jam, we have in coconut sugar, all the ginger sugar. So it's gluten free, it's pure cassava. It's stuffed with different things. We have saltfish, we have vegetables, we have fish, we have the lasagnas, we have pizzas, we have the pools, we have
finished products there. That is to serve the guests.
Coconut with sugar, without sugar.
Okay.
We have the lasagnas.
Oh, lasagna. Wow.
We have the dukuna.
Oh, that's the dukuna in that basket over there. Okay, my dear people.
And the cone.
That's the
We have the muffin.
muffin in here. So that's the.
So we have vegetable lasagna here. All the vegetable. This one is chicken lasagna. And that one is fish, tuna fish lasagna. Everything made with cassava. There's no flour.
Everything is made from
Cassava.
cassava. So my dear friends, you sing it for yourselves.
Yes.
You can. And what you have special drinks?
We have some local juice. We have a cassava drink also.
Which is it? Is it you have? Let us. Can we?
We have different flavors cassava
So
drink,
my dear
almost
friends,
like a
this
Timbers.
is the cassava drink.
Yeah, so this one has prunes. We have one with chocolate, and we have one with just the pure plain coconut, and we have one with guineas. Yeah, so it's like a simon, like in texture, but it's all cassava.
All cassava. Okay, very well. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. Well, my dear friends, you have seen for yourself a lot of products from the cassava. So that's why they call today the Manioc Day. This is the lady responsible for today. This is her place. Can you tell DNO how you feeling today?
I feel happy, I'm feeling elated, I'm excited, because you know the Great Spirit gave us a wonderful weather, and it's World Indigenous Day, so we are celebrating, and it's all because of it's my idea, it was my initiative to bring to host the activity. I hope that next year it's going to be bigger and greater, and inviting next year, inviting all the Dominicans and the people from the diaspora to come and celebrate Manioc Festival. This is the first ever Manioc Festival. I'm a member of the council, and of course my post for this culture. But I am very happy. It's just the beginning, and we hope next year that it's going to be bigger.
Very good. Well, thanks, Councillor. And we wish you all the best in today. So,
Thank you.
thanks.
Thank you.
So, this is the grounds. I'm sure this must be very, very delicious. This is our president having a taste of this cassava. Sorry? I know. All right. That's good. That's good. Okay, so this is the chief, ex-chief, and master of ceremony for today. How was today?
It turned up a little better, but it was nice. The idea is a good one. Very good.
All right.
I like it.
All right. That's good. Mr. Ogis, how is the food?
Very good. Very tasty. And I think it's a wonderful start. I'm glad that it's done on a Saturday. I think that if it falls on a Tuesday, it'll be Tuesday too. And then people can later appreciate the day itself. I believe that few people are here, but a reasonable good turnout at the same time. Representation of the section, and later the more people.
Okay, well, thanks a lot, guys. So, my dear friends, we have had a great day today. People are here, they are being treated to some real Manioc cuisine. So, those of you who have been with me from morning, I want to say thank you very much for your presence and for staying with me. Once again, thanks a million, and may God continue to bless you. I'm signing off right now.